Okay, which are we are going to learn in this particular session. Okay. Okay. So just a minute, I'm getting some messages that people are not able to join. Just a minute, just a minute. Okay, fine. Okay. So if you see on screen, okay, so these are the different tools and technology that we are going to learn in this particular session. Okay. So first technology that we are going to learn in this particular course is the Java technology. Okay. So now Java is the programming language, right? So if you're working for any automation tool, right, you should know at least one programming language. Okay, so there are multiple languages which is supported by Selenium, right? But Java is the most popular language. So we can say around, let's say 70% of organization is using Java with Selenium, right? So Java is most popular. So that's the reason we are going with the Java. Okay, so if you are starting, learning automation, right? So in that case, I mean, Selenium is good to start. Okay, Selenium or Java is good to start, right? Because there are, a lot of things available. I mean, lot of materials available, lot of community available for this Selenium and Java, right? So first technology that we are going to learn, that is the Java, right? Second tool that we are going to learn, that is the Selenium, right? So Selenium is the automation tool, okay? And in this particular course, we are going to learn the Selenium as an automation tool. Okay, so in this Selenium, we are going to learn, complete details from basic to advanced level for the Selenium, right? Now, third tool that we are going to learn is the Maven. Okay, so now we can say like, Java is good, Selenium is good. Then what is Maven? Okay, so now if you are working with any organization, right? In this case, okay, if you are working with any organization, in this case, okay, you are not alone using Java and Selenium, right? So you have to build the framework. Okay, now when I'm saying the framework, right? So same framework is built with the multiple tools and technologies. So you have to use the different tools. Okay, and with the help of those tools, your framework will build. Right. So in that, we are going to learn the Maven as well. Now, what exactly Maven is? So Maven is basically build tool. Okay. Now, what this build tool will help? Okay, just madam. Sorry for the convenience. Okay, so I was getting continuously call. Okay, so Maven, right? Maven is the build tool, right? So when I'm saying build tool, okay. So when you are working on any project, at that time it will require different dependencies to add in your project. So let's say Selenium is one tool and that needs to download from the internet. All right. So testng is one tool that needs to download from the internet. Okay, so there are a lot of tools you are going to use when you are building the framework. Now who is going to download this tool for you? You are not going to download these tools manually and you will keep in your project, right? Because this is the, wrong approach, right? So in that case, we are going to use one build tool. Okay, and that particular build tool is going to manage the dependencies for us. Okay, dependencies might be different kind of. You can have different tools. You can download those tools. Then you can have different plugins as well, right? So this particular tool as well, we are going to learn in detail. Okay, this is required for if when you are talking about the Java Selenium automation. most of the company, I can say the 98% of company using Maven only. There are other companies as well. They are using different build tool, let's say Ant or something like that. But Maven is the most popular. Okay. Now, fourth tool that we are going to learn is the test engine. Okay. Now I will give you the short, description about these all tools, right? So fourth tool that we are going to learn is the test ng. Okay, now what is mean by test ng, or what is the use of test ng? So when you are, working for any project, right? So in that project, you might be writing, like, let's say 100 of test cases, or maybe thousands of test cases, right? So where exactly you are going to manage or maintain those test cases, right? So for that, we need one tool, right? So our test ng will help us to, maintain the test cases, prioritize the test cases, group the test cases, right? So everything about the test cases we can manage from the test ng itself. Okay, now this particular tool is also much popular. Okay. Okay, now there is one more tool is available, that is the BDD tool. BDD tool, that is the Cucumber. So Cucumber is basically your BDD tool. Now what is meant by BDD? BDD means the behavior driven development. Behavior driven development. Okay, so this particular tool is also we are going to learn. Now point number 4, that is the test ng, and point number 5, that is the Cucumber. Okay, so these two topics are alternative to each other. Okay, why I'm saying like alternative to each other? Alternative means it's not necessary in one framework you are going to use both the tools. Okay, so if you are comfortable with one tool, it's good. I mean, you can go with the one tool. Okay, but if you want to learn both the tools, you can learn the both the tools. Okay, because no, I have seen, many frameworks, right? So where I can say, I have I haven't found any framework where both the tools are they people are using. Okay, either they use the test ng or they use the Cucumber. Okay, either they use the test ng or they are use the Cucumber. Okay, but from the interview point of view, both are important, right? Interview point of view, both are important. People ask the question on both. Okay, and if you see the requirement, right? So in requirement as well, they will mention like test ng, Cucumber, Maven, and okay, this kind of tool, right? So for that point of view as well, we are going to learn this particular tool as well. Okay, now sixth tool that we are going to learn, that is the extent report. Okay, now what is the extent report? So this is the reporting tool. Reporting tools means whenever I'm saying like, I'm going to run the 500 test cases, right? So out of 500 test cases, let's say 400 test cases pass. Okay, let's say 100 test cases has fail, right? And some test cases are skip, right? So where exactly I will get this count? So for that, you need to learn the reporting tool. Okay, so this test extent report is third party tool. Okay, that we are going to integrate with the Selenium. Okay, so we're going to integrate this third party tool with the Selenium. Okay, so this is also important. Okay, when you are explaining framework, people will ask, okay, what kind of report you have used, right? So you should know the extent report we are going to use. Okay, now seventh tool that we are going to learn is the source code management tool. Source code management tool. So as a source code management tool, we are going to learn the Git. Okay, now there are many tools available in market, right? So for example, SVN is there. Okay, P4 is there, right? So these are all source code management tool, right? But if you search them, if you ask anyone, okay, what is the source code management tool you are using in your organization? Okay, I will guarantee you, okay, 98% people will say we are using Git in our organization. Okay, because developer as well as testing as well. Okay, so Git is most popular tool, and most of the people are using Git for their source code management. Okay, so what is mean by source code management? Okay, so now, okay, at a time, many people are going to work in project, right? So we should not keep this code in our local machine, right? So instead of keeping the code on local machine, we will have one centralized repository. Okay, and in that centralized repository, we are going to keep the code. We are going to keep the code where? In the centralized repository. centralized repository, and that centralized repository is your Git. So now Git will have many commands. We are going to learn each and every commands of the Git in detail. Okay, so now Git is also huge tool. Okay, and most of the cases Git is going to manage by your Git repo and all going to manage your whom DevOps people. Okay, so for automation purpose, what we required, we are going to learn everything for in the Git. Okay, now 8 topic. Okay, it's not tool, but this is the topic. Okay, so next topic that we are going to learn is the automation framework. So here we are going to build our framework from the scratch. Okay, so we will going to draw the black block diagram, and from the block diagram we are going to uh, going to build the each and every component of the framework. Okay, where I will explain you how to explain the framework, because if you go to the any interview, the first question will came introduce about yourself, and second question for the automation interview will be the tell me or explain your framework architecture that you are using in your current organization. All right. So here we are going to take this particular topic where we are going to build the framework from the scratch, and we are going to build that particular framework on the basis of one block diagram. Okay, so that it is easy to you guys explain the framework. Right. So ninth topic that we are going to learn is the project. Okay, so we will take one automation project, one project, and we are going to write the test cases for that particular project, and those test cases will distribute among the people, and we will work, okay, exactly how it is working in organization. Okay, so we will give some test cases for everyone, and his responsibility to automate those test cases. So we will maintain the framework structure and all, and we will use one framework, and using that framework we are going to automate one complete application. Okay, now once this is done, we are going to learn the CI/CD tool, that is the Jenkins. So basically Jenkins is your CI/CD. Through the Jenkins, we are going to check how to run the automation script. Okay, how to create your own jobs. Okay, how to configure those jobs. Okay, so that we are going to learn in this particular topic: continuous integration and continuous delivery. Right. So 11th topic that we are going to learn, that is the API testing with the help of Postman. Okay, so again this is the manually we are going to test the API. Okay, we are not going with the API automation. Okay, this is the API testing with the help of Postman manual, because nowadays if you're automation person as well, right? So people is expecting that you should have the API testing knowledge. Okay, at least manual you should test the API, right? Because see, if you are knowing one automation tool, you can learn other automation tool easily, but you should know the core concept, that what is meant by API testing, how to test the API, right? So 11th topic that we are going to learn is the API testing with the help of Postman. Okay, and 12th topic that we are going to learn is the manual testing. Okay, so manual testing. So if you see, this particular course is mostly automation oriented, but I have keep this particular topic because many of the people who is working as a manual tester as well, right? So they face the some challenges to explain the concept of the manual testing. So from them, as well as few people are fresher, right? So they didn't get chance to work on manual testing even, right? So from the for them as well, we are going to learn the manual testing in detail. Okay, so anyone is having any doubt on this particular slide? Anyone?
Are you not going to cover that API automation using REST assured?
No, no, no. API testing with the REST assured, we are not going to cover, because see, I'm teaching here so many things, right? So if you consider for API testing with the, because that particular tool is also required sometimes, right? So we are not able to manage this in this 4 month.
As we have the Selenium, we are using different framework like testing, Cucumber. So it is also like with the using Java, we can do API testing because REST
Correct,
assured is somehow the part of
correct.
API, right?
Right, right, right.
Java.
Right, right. But in this particular course, I haven't added API testing because see, otherwise it will increase by 1 more month, right? So at least I mean 15 days to 1 more month it will require. So I have not included this particular tool in this particular curriculum.
Oh,
Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Uh, so what is difference between test ng and the JUnit? Why we use the test ng in the unit testing and JUnit using VDD
Sorry.
Cucumber? What is the difference between test ng and the JUnit framework?
Okay. See, both are unit testing framework. Okay. So basic use of those framework, we can say, okay, developers writing their unit testing. Okay, so these two framework was initially developed, you know, to write the developer test cases. Okay, developer can write their test cases, right? Okay, now now, if you see, I mean, JUnit is the, I mean, before TestNG, JUnit is quite popular and which is having some annotations. Okay, there, right? But after that, TestNG came in picture, and TestNG has provided so many annotations. So that's the reason. I mean, because of those annotations, okay, it make, I mean, your life easy. Okay, so when you are managing the test cases. Okay, anyways, we are going to cover both the tools in details. In that case, you are going to get the clear idea of these both the tools. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. So for 11 point API testing postman is there.
Correct.
So
Mhm.
after that, can you extend that the class for 10 days or 12 days to API testing with rest assured? So it will easier to.
Okay. So if you are
We are
interested,
so
I mean, walk you guys through that particular tool as well, because if you learn the Selenium, right, so it will be quite easy to learn that particular tool as well. Okay, so if you guys interested, I will take a note, and I will take up 15 days to walk you through you guys for that particular tool.
and what is the sequence of learning that course? So first we
Okay,
have to do
see
Java.
see I have shared the syllabus with each and everyone. Okay, have you gone through the syllabus?
No,
Okay,
no,
most of the
sequence.
yes. Okay, yeah, I will tell
No,
you. I will tell you. I will tell you. I will tell you. Okay, so if you see, in this particular document, okay, however, I have mentioned the sequence. The same sequence I'm going to follow. Okay, so here I have mentioned the Git first. Okay, but what I will do, I will take some topics from the Java. Okay, till the if you till you are starting your first program, or you're actually starting with the coding. Okay, now once you started with the coding, okay, immediately we'll shift to the Git. Why? Because if you're doing daily basis program, right, so those program should be keep in your repository, so that this particular tool as well, you will get chance to practice this on this particular tool. Okay, otherwise what will happen, I will teach you complete Java, right, and after that I will teach you Git, right? So I'm sure you're not going to practice the Git. Why? Because Java is already complete. Okay, then I have taken the Git. Okay, so when you're when you're our Java, I'm taking some programs, right? So let's say you are doing daily basis 5 program, right? So what I will expect, I have taken the Git, and I have taken the Java as well, right? So on the daily basis, whatever the 5 programs you are writing, okay, you can push those program daily basis onto the good Git, right? So that you can share that particular your PR, okay, or your programs daily basis with me, so that I can review from your programs on the Git. Okay, so this is the basic idea behind the learning Git first, and then I mean, we'll start with the Java, we'll learn the Git, and again we'll shift to the Java. Okay, so that you will get hands-on, actual hands-on on Git. Okay, because if you are not having actual hands-on on Git, then it will be you will forget everything. Okay, similarly, if you see, I have mentioned the Maven first, right? Okay, So no one is going to use the direct Selenium in your project, right? So you are going to download or you are going to add the dependencies of Selenium in your tool, all right, in your Maven tool, right? So let's learn the Maven first, right? So that whenever we start with the Selenium, we will integrate our Maven, okay, directly. So this is how we are slowly going to build our framework. Clear about the sequence? So whatever sequence here I have mentioned, same sequence I will take. Everyone is clear? Yes, Mahesh. Mahesh, you can unmute yourself and you can ask whatever your doubt you are having. Okay, perfect. Mahesh is saying clear. So, so what I will request you can go through. I will not repeat. I mean, what I'm exactly going to cover in each and every topic, right? So what I will suggest you guys just go through the syllabus. Okay, if you are having specific doubt, note down the questions and ask me tomorrow's demo session. Okay, so in this tool, why we are not covering this or why? So I will explain everything. Okay, so this is about the basic syllabus that we are going to cover in our
Yeah,
entire
just
course.
one thing, Ajay.
Yes, yes, please.
Sorry to interrupt.
No problem.
In that,
Yeah,
in that description of the group, you have mentioned related to that HTML, like Spark and CSS, Agile,
right, right.
and those are the things. So, are you going to cover all those things or not? Because it is not mentioned in the syllabus.
Correct, correct. So if you see, I mean, in manual testing, itself, I'm going to cover the agile testing. Okay, and if you're
Agile,
talking about
yeah.
the HTML, right? So HTML, you can see here something. Okay, okay. Understanding and exploring the HTML tags. Okay,
Okay,
so
okay. HTML and XML will be go hand in hand, right?
right, right. XML we are not going to learn. HTML we are going to learn.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, so if it is clear, then let's start with, let's go to the next slide. Okay, I'm not going to, I mean, repeat this particular syllabus. You can go through this syllabus and you can ask me whatever you are having doubts in next session. Okay,
Sir,
now,
first you cover a manual part. After that,
no, no,
go for
no,
automation.
no. First, I will cover automation because I said like, this is automation oriented course.
Okay.
Okay,
Sir, in this course, SQL will be covered or no?
sorry.
SQL will be covered or no?
SQL will not cover here in this course. We are not going to cover the SQL.
Hello, sir.
See, if you're saying like SQL, right? So SQL, what I will recommend, SQL will have a very, I mean, limited syllabus. Okay, don't afraid with the SQL. Okay, if you want, you can, I mean, take 1 week and you can, I mean, go through, I mean, each and every SQL query, right? So it's not hard to learn SQL by your own, right? Because repetitive query they will ask, most of the people will ask, "Oh, how to find out the second highest salary." Okay, what is mean by, I mean, different joins they will ask the question. Okay, there are very limited joins, right? So you can go through each and every joins and you can able to answer like what is primary key, what is this kind of question will ask on SQL. They will not ask very detailed question for the manual tester. Okay, and nowadays I have seen like, people is not asking the question on SQL itself, because I mean there are very different technologies coming now, like cloud is there. uh, so people will ask question on that, why they will waste time asking on SQL.
Yes, okay, okay.
Hello, sir. Do
Yes,
we
Saurabh.
cover end-to-end project? Any one project
Yes,
like
yes,
the we
I have
can get
mentioned
a
here.
okay.
Yes, I have mentioned here. We are going to cover complete end-to-end automation project where we will work as a team, and like how you are working in industry. So like that, I will distribute the test cases and I will give the responsibility like you have to automate this particular test. And daily basis, I will check the status. Okay, what you are doing, where you're stuck, right? So that kind of we are going to do.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Okay. So if it is clear, I will move to the next slide. Okay. Okay. So are you able to see my screen here? Okay. So course duration is 4 months. Okay. So this total course will take the 4 months to complete. Okay. So we will have the batches every day, like Monday to Friday. Okay. 9:30 to 11:30 p.m. IST, Indian Standard Time. Okay. So Monday to Friday, 9:30 to 11:30. Okay. Then start date of this particular course is 3rd June. It will start on a 3rd June. Okay. So fee will be the 10K. Okay. Fees you have to pay the 10,000. Okay. And this particular course is online only. Okay. There is no offline course. Clear? Okay. I'll move to the next slide. Okay. So as I said, like, we will have practical learning. So if I'm taking like object oriented concept, right? If I'm taking the object oriented concept, just a minute. Okay, if I'm taking object oriented concept, right? So I will not teach you theoretically. Okay, I will teach the object oriented concept like with the real time examples. I will take the real time example of each and every, like, let's say we're learning the interfaces, right? So where people will tell you, how to, what is the interfaces, but they will not tell you where exactly you're going to use interfaces or inheritance in your project, right? So this kind of learning we are going to do here in this particular course. Okay, so after that, interview preparation session will be there, right? So I will make sure, like, once sufficient your syllabus is completed, let's say Java is completed, let's say 70%, right? So now there onward, I will try to frequently set the this interview preparations questions, right? So where we will discuss the what are, I mean, different questions asked in previous batches or previous student, right? So those questions we are going to cover. Okay, even if you are going for interview, right? So I will suggest just note down all the interview questions, come to me. If you want, schedule one-to-one call with me. We will discuss all the interview questions. Okay, and I will tell you where, what answer you have, I mean, given wrong, or what should be the correct answer, right? So this kind of discussion will happen. Okay, now I will help you to create the resume as well. Okay, so for individual, I will help you to create the resume. Okay, so I will help you to create the Naukri and LinkedIn account as well. Okay, so for everyone. Okay, so we will create Naukri. So most of you will have the Naukri account, right? But there might be chances you have not filled in your Naukri account or Naukri profile correctly, right? So I will check your profile. I will ask you, correct the details and all. Similarly for the LinkedIn as well. Okay. Then for each and every one, there will be the 3 mock interview from my side. Okay. It, it, it's not necessary that I am going to take all the 3 interviews, right? So there will be the industry expert, who is already working in automation. Okay, they are going to take your interview. Okay, so they will ask anything which is teach or which is not teach, right, in the syllabus, right? So that is the, I mean, you will get the experience how interview will happen in industry. Okay, now every day, okay, each and every session will be get recorded, and that recording will provide you within the 15 minutes of the your session is finished. Okay, as soon as session is finished, it will take the 10 to 15 minutes to save that particular recording, and then I will share that recording with you guys. Okay, now as you all know that first 3 sessions are the demo sessions, and those sessions are free, right? So first 3 sessions are free. Okay, and after that you will get the course completion certificate as well. If you want, you get the course completion certificate as well, right? But see, as you all know, I mean, I can take the, I mean, you can take the any institute example. Okay, it's not mine, but this particular certificate or any institute that you are providing any certificate that is having zero value. Okay, so don't keep in that thing. I mean, uh, like I will get the certificate. That is very, I mean, big thing I'm getting, right? So this certificate is having, but most of the people is asking, okay, can I get the certificate, right? So I will give the certificate with my institute name, right? Or anyone can give you a certificate, right? But see, if you are good in technicals, right, so you don't need to show the certifications, right? And if you are having ISTQB certificate, right, so that particular ISTQB certificate is having value in market because that is the international certificate, right? So no one is going to ask your institute certificate, right? So if you are having international certificate, that is very good, right? So everyone is clear on this particular slide, yes or no? Guys, yeah, I mean, keep, you can, I mean, keep, unmute yourself and you can, I mean, speak with me. It's not like any, you cannot unmute. Okay. So, okay. So now we talked about what we are going to provide, but there are some expectation from my side as well. Okay. Or we can say our side as well, right? So what are those expectation? So first expectation that if you are joining this particular course, then you should compulsory have laptop or desktop. Okay. Because on daily basis you need to do the practice, whatever assignment I'm giving, you have to do that, right? Or whatever I'm teaching in class, you have to do the practice on regular basis, right? So consistently you have to do the practice, right? So this is the first thing. Second thing, you should have a stable internet connection. All right. So because we are going to take the live classes, right? So in that case, you if you are joining from the mobile, right? So you will not able to see, I mean, whole screen, or maybe there are a lot of interruption will be happen, right? So somebody call you and you will miss some points, right? So that's the reason I'm saying like you should have the stable internet connection. Okay, it's not from the mobile. Okay, then third thing I'll tell you. I mean, each and everyone should ask the question. Okay, so it's our session is going to be very interactive. It's not like that. I will keep everyone on mute, and I will teaching like Udemy, right? So our session is going to interactive. Okay, I will answer each and everyone's question. Okay, third thing. Okay, if you decide join this particular course, okay, then at least you should spend, I mean, 2 to 4 hours. Okay, 1 hour is also enough. But if you want to really become a good in automation, right? So initial days, I will suggest at least do the practice 2 hour. At least do the practice 2 hour, right? Okay, so you have to consistent. I mean, be consistent, right? Why doing the practice? Why I'm saying like what is my expectation? You should do at least 5 program per day. Okay, if you are doing at least 5 program per day in 6 months, those 5 program will be the 600 program. How much? 600 program, right? If you are doing the 600 program in 4 months, I will give the guarantee most of the or 90% of the uh, uh, programs you are going to get in this 600 program only, or more than 90%. So that's the reason you should do the at least 5 program per day. Okay, that is my expectation from you guys. Okay, clear here? Okay. Now, till here, anyone is having any doubt?
Sir, will you give us the overview about the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript about the browser?
Yes, 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 yes. So I have mentioned that in my syllabus. Okay. So HTML, JavaScript. Okay, we are going to learn in detail because see, there is one topic, JavaScript executor, right? So for that, you need to understand the browser JavaScript,
Yes.
right? So we are going to, so for the XPath and CSS as well, there are different sessions for that. It's not like, I'm going to take all the locator in one session and finish. No, for the XPath, I will take the separate session. Okay. For the CSS, I will take the separate session. Okay. And once those session is done, okay, you can able to write locator, or we can say the CSS or XPath for the any locator. Okay, that kind of, detail we are going to learn in case of XPath and CSS. So I'll give guarantee you can write any XPath, or you can write the any CSS by your own. It's not copy from the browser, right? So few of the people, what they think, like, I'm automation tester, do automation for any application, and what they do, they right click on browser and copy the XPath from there. Okay, so sometimes, few of the scenario it will work, but there are few complicated scenario, right? So there it will not work, right? So I will teach you how to write the your own XPath. So you can write XPath for any element. Okay. Clear, everyone? Okay. So yeah, so I think if you are not having any doubt, okay, then we can quickly start with the our first topic, that is the how to install Java and Eclipse on your machine. So nowadays, I think most of you guys aware how to install the Java and Eclipse, but the people who are not aware, or who is not the background from the IT, right? So from them, we are going to cover this particular topic. So we will quickly start with the how to install the Eclipse and Java, right? Okay, so for that you have to search first thing. Okay, for the Java, I will search download Java. Okay, so you have to go to the browser where you have to search for the download Java. Okay, so the second site will become, right. So not this one. Okay, the second site will be the Oracle site, right. So from this Oracle site, you have to click on Oracle site. Okay, now here, okay, if you see, there are different JDK versions available, right. So from here, you have to select Java JDK 24, because we are going to use the latest version of the Java. Okay, so this particular version you are going to select JDK 22. Okay, now it's in this JDK 22, it's saying, like, there are three different versions available. Okay, there are three different Java available. Okay, so first one is the Linux compatible, second one is the Mac OS compatible, and third one is the Windows compatible. Okay, now if you are using the Windows, you have to click on this particular tab. You are using Mac, then you have to use this one. Okay, and you are using Linux, then you have to use this one. Okay, so I'm having Windows machine, so I will show you for the Windows. If you are having Mac or Linux, okay, connect with me separately. I will tell you how to do it. Okay, so for the Windows, right? So for the Windows as well, there are three options available. One is the 64-bit MSI, 64-bit installer, okay, and then is 64-bit compressed archive, right? So see here, it will download direct zip file, right? So that zip file you can place into the program folder, and it will work, right? For that you have to set the class path, right? Now this is the 64-bit installer. So if you see that it is having ext extension, that means we are going to download the exe file. Okay, and this is the MSI installer. That is the Windows MSI installer. So it will download one installer. You have to just click, and it will install on your machine, right? So these are the three options available. I will recommend you go with this option. Okay. For MSI also, it's easy to install the Java with the help of MSI, right? So I have chosen this particular option. Okay, so if you see, Java is started installing on my machine. Okay, so Java is successfully installed. So I will say go to the folder where Java is Java is completely successfully downloaded on my machine. So I'm saying go to the folder where Java is downloaded, right? So here, this is the JDK available, right? So this is the exe file of the JDK, right? So I will double click on this particular file. Okay. Now it's saying like, do you want to make the changes? So I'm saying yes. Okay. Now if you see this particular window is coming, okay, and here it's asking about the two option, that is the next or cancel, right? So I'm saying like next, right? So it's saying like, Java is going to install on this particular path. Do you want to change? I'm saying I don't want to change. Okay, so on this particular, just remember this particular path. C program file JDK, sorry, Java JDK 22. So here your Java is going to install, right? So if you want, you can change with the help of this particular button. But I don't want to change. I will keep this as a default. Okay, now if you see, Java is started installing. Okay, this is very simple. Okay, previously it's very difficult, to Java. There are a lot of different options it's asking, right? But nowadays it's very simple to install the Java, right? So now if you see, it's saying like, Java successfully installed on my machine, right? So you don't have to do anything. You just have to close this particular window. Java is installed on your machine. Okay. So now they said like, Java is installed on something like, C program files. So let's check there Java is installed or not. Right. So I will minimize this and I will say go to the C program files. Okay. And here Java. Okay. So if you see Java 22 is installed. Okay. So I have other versions as well. Okay. But I have uninstalled those versions. Right. If you see JDK 22 is available, and inside this we can see the different Java libraries available. Lib folder is there, bin folder is there, right? So this is the different Java files available. All right. Now Java is, I can say, successfully installed on my machine. Okay, but wait. Okay, is it really working? So let's check it. Okay, so how to check it? So you have to go to here, search. You have to search for the CMD. That is your command prompt. Okay, or you can say go to the Windows R, Windows R button, and then you have to say the CMD. Okay, so if you think this option is easy, you can go here and you can say CMD. Okay, CMD means command prompt. Okay, now command prompt is open here. Okay, now here I have to check, Java is successfully installed or on my machine or not. So I have to execute the command Java C, sorry, Java hyphen version, Java hyphen version. Okay. Now if you see, it's saying like, Java version is this one, and it's giving some details as well, right? So if this message is coming, that means Java is successfully installed on your machine. Java is successfully installed on your machine. Okay. Now, till here, anyone is having any doubt? Anything that you don't understand, or it's you're facing difficulty to understand? Okay, now you can connect me anytime if you're facing some issues while installing the Java, right? Okay, or installing the Eclipse, right? So I will help you. Okay, after the session as well. Okay, or maybe tomorrow morning you can ping me. Okay, I can take you call with you and we can resolve your issue. Okay, now once this is done, right? Now what is next? Next, we have to check. Okay, now I got, Java is installed on my machine. Okay, and I get the version, Java version. It's saying the version of the Java, right? But it is really working on my machine. Okay, so let's quickly check. For that, what I will do, I will take one simple program. Okay, and through which we'll check Java is really working or not. Right. So what I will do, I will create one folder here. Okay, so let's say show more option. I'll say new folder. Right. So I will give the folder name, let's say 3rd June. Sorry, what happened? Okay, fine. Okay, so here I will say new. uh, Now that window is gone, right? So here I'm saying like, I want to create one file. Okay, or maybe I will go here. Okay, and here I will create one program. Okay, so I will say, see, now for most of you people are aware of how to create the Java program. Few of the people will not aware of the Java program. Okay, so this is the just basic program I'm taking to understand how Java program is going to execute. Okay, what is the two-step Java program execution? Okay, so that purpose I'm taking this particular program. If you are not aware of any syntax, just be calm, right? So I will teach you everything. Okay, this is the first session, and I'm just showing you how exactly Java program. Here, important is how Java program is executed, right? So I'll say public class. Okay, so I'll say demo. Okay, so this is the one class I have created. Okay, so this is one particular class I have created. Okay, now in this class, I have to take some method, right? So I will say public static void main. So this is the one method. This is the special method. We are going to do the detailed postmortem of this particular particular method. Don't worry. Okay. So here I have to provide the string argument. So I will say string args. Okay. So now what is string argument? We are going to cover in detail. Don't worry. Now, once this is done, okay, I want to just print one simple message. Okay. So I will say system dot out dot print ln. Okay, and here I will give one message. Okay, so let's say welcome Java batch 3rd June. Okay, so this is something message I have printed here. Okay, so what this program is going to do, this program is going to print only this particular message. Okay, this program is going to print this particular message. Okay, so I'll just save it, this program. Okay, where I have to save this particular program, I have to save this particular program in desktop. There is one third folder is created. Okay, and here I have to save. Okay, before saving, what I have to do, I have to take this as a Java. So I'll have to say Java source file. Okay, so I'm changing just type of this particular program, Java source file. And as well, I have to take thing of extension of the program as well. So I will say, what is my class name here? Demo, right? So I will say demo dot Java. Okay, see, this name and this name should be the same. Okay, so here you can see the D is small. I'm giving the D capital. It will give the error, right? I will modify that once it is saved. Okay, so demo Java, the class name and your file name should be the same here, right? So I'll just save it, and here I'll say this is my demo, D capital. I'll just save it again. Okay, now I will go here, and if you see, this program is stored. Okay, this program is created. Okay, now here it is creating one backup file as well. This is, I mean, in my system setting that it's creating backup file. Okay, so it will always create the backup file here, right? But main file that we have created, that is the demo, and if you see, its extension or its type is the Java file. Its extension is the Java file. Now I want to execute this particular program. I want to execute this particular program. How to execute this particular program? There are two steps available to execute this particular program. So first one, you have to use Java C. This is the command. Okay, so this is one particular command. Okay, this particular command is called as the compilation. Okay, so what this particular command will do? This will compile your code. I will tell you what is meant by compile. Okay, but with the help of Java C, I'm going to compile my project. I'm going to compile my project. Okay, so what is the syntax of giving this particular, or what is the syntax of executing this particular method? You have to say Java C. Okay, then you have to give the program name dot Java. Okay, so in our case, demo is the program name, and you have to give the extension as well. Okay, so this particular command is going to compile my project. So this is the first step. So I will say step 1. So this is my step 1, first step. Okay, now what is the step 2? Step 2. Okay, so what is the step 2? Step 2, I have to use the Java command. Okay, now what is this Java command? Okay, so this Java command is interpreter. Okay, you can say that this is the interpreter, or you can say the interpretation. Okay, so this Java command is going to do the interpretation. Okay, so syntax of executing this command is the Java, and you have to give the program name. You have to give the program name, Java and program name. So for the compilation, this is the syntax, and for the interpretation, this is the syntax. So we have seen, like, Java program is executing in 2 steps. First step is the compilation, and second step is the interpretation. Okay, second step is the interpretation. So let's go with the first step. Okay, Java C. Syntax is Java C, program name, and .java. But where I have to execute this command, right? So always remember where you have stored the program. At that location, you have to execute this particular command. Okay, so what I will do, I'll click here. Okay, and I will type here cmd. Okay, again, what it will do, it will open the command prompt in this particular location. Okay, so I just type here cmd and I'll say enter. Okay, so now command prompt is open, and by default address you can see that is in 3R folder. Right. So now first command that I have to execute is the Java C and program name. What is the program name? Demo.java. Demo.java. And I have to hit the enter. So as soon as I hit the enter, it goes to the next line. It goes to the next line. That means error is not come. Error is not there. It's compiled successfully. It's compiled successfully. Now, what exactly it's happening when it's compiling, right? What is meant by compilation, or what exactly happening after the compilation? For that, what I will do, I will open this particular folder, and if you see, third file is created here. Okay, what is this third file? It's saying, like, it is having type of class. So this particular file called as the dot class file. If you see property, and I'll say, sorry, file and property. If you see this particular file, extension is the dot class file. Everyone see, right? This is the dot class file. Okay, so this is called as the dot class file is created. Okay, or we can say the class file is created. Okay, now what is exactly there in this particular class file? For that, what I will do, I will just open this particular file. I'll say open with notepad. Okay, so now if you see here in this particular file, I mean, you can read some, Java is here, but most of the things you are not able to read. Most of the things you are not able to read here, right? So what is this? What is this particular, file called as? This is called as the dot class file. Dot class file. Okay. Now, what conclusion we came? Okay. So we can do the compilation with the help of Java C. Okay. For this compilation, what input you are giving? What input you are passing, right? We are passing the program, that means source code. This is called as the source code. We're passing the source code here. Okay, and from this source code, when you are saying like a Java C, means what it is happening, exactly you are doing, you are compiling the code. Okay, so I'm saying with the source code, if you are doing the compilation, okay, compilation with the help of whom? Compiler. Okay, with the help of compiler, if you are doing compilation, then one file is created. That file is called as the dot class file. Okay, but what is exactly there in dot class file? That is having byte code. Okay, so that particular file is having byte code. Okay, this is called as the byte code. Okay, now if this is having byte code, right? Okay, and extension of this file is the dot class. Extension of this file is the dot class. You can say the dot class file, or you can say the byte code. Okay, so it's generating the byte code. Okay, so when I'm giving the source code to whom? Compiler. With the help of Java C command, it is generating the my byte code or dot class file. It is generating my byte code or dot class file. All right. So step number one is clear. But wait. Okay. What if, in this particular program, where is my program? Okay. So here is my program. All right. What if in this particular program there is some error? Okay. So for that, what I will do, I'll go here and I will delete this dot class file. Sorry. I'll delete this particular dot class file. Okay, so dot class file is deleted now. Right. Now, what I will do, I will make some mistakes. So let's say I'm removing this semicolon. Right. And I will save it. Okay. And again, I go to the command prompt. Okay. I'm going to the command prompt, and here I'm saying Java C. That means again I'm compiling the same program. Again, I'm compiling the same program. So I'll just hit the enter. Now, if you see, it's showing some error. So what error it's showing? It's saying it's semicolon is expected. Where exactly semicolon is expected? Line number 3, and here exactly semicolon is expected. Okay, it's having one error. Right. So now it is giving in the error. Now can we check dot class file is created or not? If you see, dot class file is not created. That means if your compilation, if you're having any compilation error, so this particular error is called as the compiler error. Compiler error. This particular error is called as the compiler error. There is one more error, that is the runtime error. I will show you. Okay, runtime error and compile time error. This is called as the compiler error, compile time error. Okay, and there is another one error is there, that is the runtime error. So I will tell you runtime error as well in upcoming sessions. Okay, so you get the compiler error, right? So what you need to do, you need to go in your program, you have to fulfill this compile. I mean, what is the requirement is there for this particular program? So semicolon is expected. So I give you the semicolon, right? Now I will just run this particular program. And if you see, this program is, compiled successfully. But what I told earlier, it should give the output what that I have given in the message. I want to print some message, but message is not showing here, right? Why? Because we haven't interpret this particular class as till yet, right? So for interpretation, what is the method available? Sorry, what is the for interpretation? What is the command available? That is the Java, and you have to provide the program name. For the interpretation, what we have to provide? Java and program name. So what I will do, I'll just go to the command prompt and I will say Java and program name is demo. Okay, but in this case, I don't have to provide any extension. Extension is not required. Okay, neither Java nor dot class. Okay, and I will hit the enter. If you see, it's giving the output which is expected for me. It's giving the welcome to Java batch 3rd June. It's giving the desired output here. Clear? Okay. Now what exactly happening in this particular step? Now what exactly happening in this particular step? Okay. So in this particular step, we can say interpretation is happening. Okay. So for interpretation, what exactly we are giving? We are giving your bytecode as an input. For the interpretation, we are giving what you are giving. What is the input here? What is the input here? Byte code. We are giving the bytecode as an input. Okay. To whom? Whom you are giving the bytecode? To your interpreter. For the interpreter, I'm giving the bytecode as an input. Okay. And from this bytecode, what exactly he is generating? He's generating machine code. He's generating machine code from the byte code. From the byte code, when I'm giving to the interpreter is generating the machine code. Now, what is exactly machine code? What is mean by machine code? Machine code means code that can be understandable to your machine. Okay, now I am using Windows machine. Okay, so what interpreter will do? It will generate code which is compatible with my Windows machine. Okay, now tomorrow, for example, let's say one person, let's say Amol, right? So Amol is having Mac machine, right? So when interpretation is done on Amol's machine, he's using Mac machine. So Mac compatible code will be get generated. Mac compatible, that is the machine code, which is compatible with that particular Mac. So that code will be generated. Okay, that code will be generated. And who is going to do it? Your interpreter. So interpreter is responsible to generate the machine code and execute your program line by line. Execute your program line by line. Okay, so what we understand here, Java program always execute in two steps. First step is the compilation and second step is the interpretation. In compilation, it is generating from source code to byte code. Okay, and for the interpretation, it is generating from byte code, it is generating the machine code. Okay, so this is the two-step execution of your any Java program. Okay, so now anyone is having any doubt in entire this particular program? Anyone? Yes, please. Anyone? Please don't add anything in comment. You can directly unmute and you can ask me. Okay.
Sir, can we see the machine code?
Sorry.
Like
No,
the
machine code
bytecode
we
file.
cannot. Yeah, machine code we cannot see.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if it is done, or if you are able to understand this, we can move to the next thing. Okay. The next thing is what? Okay. Now we got the idea. Okay, Java is installed on my machine. Okay, and it's working fine because I have run successfully one program. Okay. But see, guys, always you are not going to create one folder. In that folder, you're going to keep one file, and with the help of these two commands, you are going to execute your program. No, in organization level, it's not working like this. Okay, so what they will use? They will use one IDE, Integrated Development Environment, IDE. Okay, just like how I am having here Notepad. Okay, to write the Java program, there are different IDEs available. Okay, we can use any IDE. IntelliJ is there and Eclipse is there. Both are famous. Okay, in case of Java, Eclipse is more famous. Right now, we can use the IntelliJ or Eclipse, both. Okay, so let's try to install the Eclipse. But before that, what is the need of Eclipse, right? So for example, your project, you required to have the different folders, different packages, different classes, right? So to maintain all your project, one editor or one IDE is required. Okay, so that particular IDE, with the help of that, we can actually write the code or maintain your code. Okay, to writing the code and to maintain your code, we are using this particular IDE. Okay, so let's install Eclipse IDE on your machine. So how to install? For that, you need to download first. All right, so I'll say download Eclipse. Okay, so this is the link. Happen here. Download Eclipse. Right. So if you see the first site is coming, right? So that is the eclipse.org. Right. So I will go to this particular site. Okay. And here you can see this particular option is there. Okay. download your favorite desktop IDE package, right? So I will click on download. Okay, now here one more download button is coming. So I have to click on this particular download button as well. Okay, now if you see download is started. Okay, so it will take some time. So let's wait for to download this particular software. Okay, now if you see downloading is completed, so I'll just click here and I'll say, go to this particular folder. Okay, so here this particular Eclipse is downloaded, right? So I will quickly, double click on this particular Eclipse. Okay. So it will ask you, the few details. Okay, in my machine, it's already installed. Okay. Now, after double click, it will give these options, right? So you have to select this first option, that is the Eclipse IDE for the Java developer. Eclipse IDE for the Java developer. Okay, I have clicked on Eclipse IDE for the Java developer. Now it's saying like, I'm going to use this particular Java version. Okay. And installation folder path is this one. All right. So here exactly Eclipse is going to install. Okay. So I'll say, start installing.
Hello,
Yes.
sir. In first Java program, we have start using Java. So do
Mhm.
we need to set the environment and system variable at the first time
Right,
when we
right.
use
So,
Java?
I mean, see, if you are using older version of the Java, or if you're, for the newer version, right? If you install this particular Java, right? So it will not require to, set the environment variable. Okay, so that's the reason I haven't told you. Okay, otherwise it will make unnecessary confusion. Okay, so you can set the environment variable, but if you see in my machine, there is no environment variable is set. I haven't set any environment variable because I have, uninstalled Java and then I have installed Java on my machine. All right, so it will not require the set the environment variable. Okay.
Okay. I mean, from which version we we would not like to set the environment variable
I think
beyond.
if I remember clearly, right? So I was using Java 11 as well, right? So at that time, I have to set the environment variable. Okay, Java 8 it is compulsory. Okay, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure this is because of newer version of Java, or we are having good configuration laptop. Okay, so this is, I mean, if your operating system feature or this is your Java feature. I'm not sure about that. We need to check. But
So
okay,
you are
but
using Windows operating system.
yes, I'm using Windows operating system.
Okay, okay. But sir, I used Java 17 and it needs environment variable with
Right.
that Windows.
Okay, so what is your machine operating system?
Windows, sir,
Windows?
64-bit Windows.
64-bit Windows, right? So it's very
Yes.
simple, to set the your system variable, right? So how to set the system variable? So you have to search the uh, environment variables, right? So there are two options will you display. Okay, edit system in environment variable or edit the variable from your account. Okay, so I will say edit the variable from my account. And if you see, there is one class path. Sorry, I have selected wrong option. Okay, so I'll say edit, sorry. in environment. I just type the env. Okay, two option is coming, right? So I will say click here. Okay, edit system environment. Then now this particular window is will came, right? So now in this particular window, I have to click on here environment variable. I have to click here on environment variable. Okay, now if you see here, there is one path variable is available there. Okay, so in this particular path variable, what you need to do, you need to see, click on edit button. Now if you see this particular path is automatically I have in my machine. Okay, I haven't do anything, even I haven't set the class path, still it's working on my system. All right, so for me it's not required, right? For someone if it is required, so what he need to do, he has to come on this particular window. Okay, and here he has to add the path from where. Okay, so you have to go to the where Java you have installed. So okay, so for example you have Java installed uh, on C drive, right? So I will go to the C drive here, and till the bin you have to provide this particular path. Okay, so you have to copy this particular path and you have to provide this particular path here. Okay, okay, and it will start working. Okay, otherwise your Java will not start. I mean, it will. You are not able to run a Java program. Okay, outside the bin folder.
Right, sir.
Right. So
Yes.
any question here? Okay. See, do I mean start downloading these two software. Okay. If you are having any kind of issue, I am there to help you guys. Right. So you have to ping me. I'm getting this error. Anytime we will connect and we'll try to resolve your issue. So don't worry if you are facing any kind of issue, your machine is older, you are using older Java version, and because of that you are facing any issue, I'm there to help you guys. Okay. Now, see, our Eclipse installation is done successfully. Okay. Now, what you need to do, you need to simply click on launch. So it will start launching the Eclipse. Okay. Similarly, it will have one icon on your desktop. From there as well, you can launch. Okay, so I have clicked on launch button and it's preparing to launch. Okay, now it's saying okay, can we use because can you use this particular workspace? Workspace means where exactly you want to store the program. So I will create one new workspace. Okay, I will not use this. Okay, so I will say I want to create the workspace and my workspace name is like Java Selenium 3rd June. Okay, so I have created one workspace like this. Okay, and I will say okay. Okay, so workspace means where on which folder you want to store your Java program or keep your Java program. Okay, so now this programs is going to add inside my workspace. Okay, now once you click, this kind of window will came. Okay, this window will came. All right. So here, what you need to do, you can close this particular window or you can select option from here, but I will say close this particular window. Okay, so now your UI or your interface will looks like this, right? So here, what you need to do, first thing, you need to create a one Java project. You need to create one Java project. How to create? Because see, we are going to work on Java, right? So we have to create one Java project. So either you can click here and you can create the Java program. Okay, but this option will not always there, right? So how to create the Java program? So I will say click on file, new, and select the Java project. All right. So I'm saying first demo. Okay. And now if you see couple of options are there. Okay, you don't have to do anything here. Just remove this particular module info.java. Okay, just remove this module info.java. Otherwise your program will not run. Okay. So that is having different purpose. You don't have to use this. Okay. So once this is done, what you did, you have given the project name. Okay. And you are clicking on finish. Okay. So once again, I will tell you how to do it. So go to the files. Okay. And then select the Java program. Okay. Here you have to give the program name. Sorry. project name. So I'm saying first Java. Okay, first Java, and this option is already uh, disabled, and I will click on finish. Okay. Just a minute. It's let me check properties. What happens? It's saying in red, right? So I'll say go to the configuration. JRE21 it's using, right? So that's the reason it's facing this issue. So I'm having multiple Java installed on my machine. That's the reason it's facing some challenges. Okay. So compiler option. '22 option is there or not? 22 is not there. So let me do one thing. Quickly delete this one. Delete this one. Create new Java project. New Java project. And from here, I'll select the 22. Okay, so instead of this, I'll say use this one. Okay, or use this one. And I'll give the first Java. And I'll say finish. Okay, now error is gone, right? So see, I'm having multiple Java installed on my machine, and it's taking older version, right? So which is I have already, deleted. I mean, few of the libraries from that particular Java, right? So that's the reason it's facing the some issue, right? But if you face this kind of issue, you can at the time of creation of project, you can select the correct version of the Java. Now I have selected the JDK 22 here, right? So now once this is done, what you need to do, what we created one Java project, right? So when we done one Java project, we created one Java project. So in that Java project, next step that you have to do is the create one package. Okay, now what is mean by package? Okay, so package as of now, you can just remember package is one folder where we can add the collection of Java classes. Package is one folder. Okay, inside that we can add the collection of packages and collection of classes and interfaces. Okay, so it's a basically collection of class and interface. So inside that folder, we can add the classes and interfaces. Right. So I will give the, let's say I will say pkg1, that is the package one. Okay, and I'll say finish. So as soon as I created one package, it is creating this particular package. You can go here, you can properties, and you can say one folder is created or not. Okay, so I'll say resources, and from this particular sign, you can open that particular project in Explorer. Okay, so I will click here. Okay, this particular project is opening in Explorer, and here you can see inside the SRC, there one pkg folder is created. Okay, so whatever class I'm going to add, it will going to add in this particular folder. Okay, so I will quickly jump on Eclipse, close this particular window and simply add one class. So how to add the class? Okay, so you have to right click here, you have to say new, and you have to create the class. Okay, so while creating the class, there, if you see, multiple options are there, multiple uh, I mean, options available, and you can select anyone. Okay, or any operations, right? As of now, you just have to ignore all this operation. I will cover like what is meant by public package, or what is meant by this particular main method, constructor, and all. Right. So what you need to do, you need to give the first of all name of the class. So I will give the, let's say, first Java program. Okay, first Java program. And similarly, I will select the public static main. Okay, now this particular method is the special method. Okay, whenever Java program execute, it start executing from this particular method. So we are going to learn in detail in tomorrow's session about this particular method. Okay, so I will simply click on this particular public static void main. So what it will do, it will create one class, and inside that class, it is going to create one method, that is the public static void main. Right. So what I will do, I'll just make a little bit big font. Okay, so everybody can see the screen. Everyone, or shall I increase the font more? Now, yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Now this particular class is created. So this is the class, and inside that class we are having one method. Okay. So I will do the, I mean, I will tell you what is mean by class and all. Okay. But before that, we'll just check, if you are creating one program through the Eclipse that is executed successfully or not. It is executing successfully or not. So I'll say system.out.println. Okay, system.out.println, and here I will say one message. Okay, what message I'm going to print? I will say hello, 3rd June batch. Okay, so I'm printing this particular message. Hello, 3rd June batch. Okay, now I want to run this particular program. So how to run this particular program? So for that, what I will do, I'll right click here. Okay, and I'll say run this particular Java program. So I'll click on run. Okay, now as soon as I have run, if you see, Java program is successfully run and it's printing the output. So this is the output. Okay, now question might be came like, when you are executing the Java without Eclipse, at that time we have to do the two-step process, right? But now I'm just clicking single, run button, and it's just run, right? So where is that class file, and where exactly it's however it's compiling, how it is interpreting all this instruction. Okay, so as I told you, this is the IDE, that is the integrated development environment. This is for the developer, this is for the automation engineer, okay, or who is going to write the code, right? So to make their life easy, this particular editor is there, right? So this particular editor is take care of everything. It will compile your project code, and it will, once you click on execute, it is interpret your code, and it will execute the code line by line. You don't have to worry about that. You just have to focus on code. Okay, so now it will run, and it will produce this particular output. Okay, so this particular output will produce. All right, so this is how we can create your uh, if this particular program is working successfully, fine, that means your Eclipse and Java installation is successful. Eclipse and Java installation is successful. Okay, anyone is having any doubt till here? Okay. If no, what we will do, we'll stop here. Okay. and we will continue tomorrow for the second demo session. Okay, for the second demo session, we'll see the history of Java. Okay, then features of the Java, and we'll start with the JDK, JRE, and JVM. Those are the components of the Java. So we'll go through these sessions, go through these topics tomorrow. Okay. Apart from this particular session, anyone is having any doubt about the other fee structure or something like that? Okay, you can ask me. Okay, if not, then you can drop. If you are having question, you can stay on the call. Okay, anyone? Saurabh, Ayushi, Sapna, Farhan.
Yes, sir. Is there any uh, like a one-time payment or the half payment will be?
See, this is only 10K, right? So you have to do that in one time only.
Okay.
Right. Anyone? Sapna?
When we should pay the money.
So if you want to enroll now, you can enroll. Okay, because I will take very few students. I will not make big batch and like that. Okay, so I will take very few students, and with those students I will start. Okay, so if you want to enroll, you can enroll now. Okay, I will provide the details. Okay,
Okay.
if you want to enroll after the third session, you can enroll after third session as well.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
So you are sending video recording on WhatsApp group, right?
Right. So I will share this particular recording on WhatsApp group. Okay, but
Okay.
once you finalize with the batch, we are finalized with the batch. We'll create one separate WhatsApp group, and there
Yeah.
I will share the recording.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Thanks. Farhan, VS, Saurav. Okay, so I think no one is having any doubt. I'll take as a no, and we can close this particular call. Thank you very much for attending
Sir,
the
just
demo.
one doubt.
Yes,
Hello.
yes. So
Yeah.
your name, sir?
So, Vipin.
Vipin. Okay.
Yes. I would like to know that which project we are going to develop through automation. I mean, which domain, any specific domain about the project or
Um,
something.
Actually, that project is about HR management. Okay, that we are going to do it.
Okay. Any other project like e-commerce based product or anything that we can automate
See,
with that?
see, see, for the automation, domain doesn't matter. Okay, for the automation, domain doesn't matter. Why I'm saying, if you able to automate one application, right? So you can able to automate any kind of application, until and unless the technology of that application is not going to change. Why I'm saying, like, if you are having one application which is developed in, let's say, Angular, right? So Selenium will not support Angular, right? Or maybe if your application is developed in React, right? So in that case, your Selenium will support that React application, right? So for Angular, I will tell you, once your session will start, I will tell you what problem happens if you are automating Angular. So that comes in Selenium advantage, disadvantage part. I will cover there.
But sir, in that because sometime whenever we try to automate, they some product have some security issues like some
Correct.
captcha or OTP or like that.
Right. See, first and most thing, right? So if you are having captcha, okay, so what is the purpose of captcha? Anyone know?
No.
That
Security.
Okay, security, right?
nobody, the user should be a human or something like
Correct. Correct.
this.
So if you are running the
Yes.
automation script, right? So that is not human, right? We are doing some, running some automation on one application, right? So to avoid this kind of attack or to avoid this, this kind of attack, the captcha is there, right? So normally, if you see captcha is not for automating. Okay, you should not, automate the captcha. If your company, if you are having captcha, right? So in that case, you should ask your developer for the testing point of view or for the testing purpose in QA environment, can you remove this particular captcha? Okay, for the interview as well, interviewer asks you, okay, is it possible to automate the captcha? Okay, ideally we should not spend time to, automate the captcha.
But sir, sometime when we hit the
I, I
particular URL, it gives
I
some
can understand you
SSL
are talking about
certification
the
error
you are
or
talking about the
something like
authentication
that.
pop-up, right? Authentication
This
pop-up.
is not, yes, this is not a public URL
So yeah,
or
that is called as the authentication
link.
pop-up, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so authentication pop-up, we are going to, cover that particular topic as well, how to handle the authentication pop-up. But for that, I will take one example. I will not, uh, uh, if you're saying like, for the, in that I'm having one example where authentication pop-up will came, and I will show you if this kind of pop-up will came, then how to handle. Okay, in what project I'm working, there this kind of pop-up is not there. But definitely, this is important topic, how to handle
Mhm.
authentication pop-up, because there is different, handling required for automating authentication pop-up. All right. So we'll cover that as well, how to handle the Windows-based pop-up, how to handle the, normal pop-up, right? So that everything we are going to cover.
Okay, sir. Sir, through Selenium, we can't automate the window-based like
Correct. Correct.
thing.
Windows application,
So,
it's not possible to automate, right? But see, normally for the Windows based application, we are not able to do the we were not able to do the window automation on Windows based application through the Selenium. But
yes,
but there are few scenarios where Windows based things will came, right? For example, if you click on upload button, right? Upload file button. Okay, then one window will came, and that is from your computer. Explore Window Explorer will came. That is from your computer. Right. Now I want to handle that particular window, right? Because ideally I should able to upload the file, right? Right. So in that case, you have to use third-party tools. Okay, which is supporting this kind of automation. So I will tell you how to handle this kind of pop-up as well.
okay,
This kind, if your application is having some Windows based thing, right? So normally, every application will have this kind of thing, right? So I will tell you how to automate this if you are having some Windows interface there, right? So how to automate this kind of tools, right? For that, we have to use some third party tools. Those we have to integrate with the Selenium. Okay.
fine. Will we cover some mobile part
No, no,
also?
no,
With
no,
that?
no, no mobile.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So I'll stop the recording now. Okay. Saurav, you are having any doubt? Swapna?
No, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, in this batch, this batch is for automation or manual or both? Yes.
So I'm covering both manual and automation. Okay, but
Oh,
this is more
okay.
automation oriented batch.
Oh, man, for manual, you are saying any deep version or any like
Sorry, can you repeat, Sapna?
for manual also you are teaching, right?
Right, right. For manual also, I'll teach you. Okay,
Mm.
so I will take the topics. What are the most? See, if you're saying I'm automation engineer, right? It doesn't
Yeah.
mean you should not know the manual testing.
Mhm.
Okay, because most of the company, they will ask, let's say 70% on automation, but 30% they ask on manual testing as well. And I have seen the example, the interviewer is rejecting the people because they don't have the manual. Even I have rejected few people, okay, because of
Oh,
they don't have knowledge of manual testing. Okay, if you don't know
yeah.
manual testing, then how you can automate, right?
Automation. Mm.
Right. So basic question will ask for the automation tester, but they are
Mm.
expecting automation testers should know.
Oh, okay. Mhm.
Okay. So
Okay.
if you're good with auto manual testing, right? But in that case,
Mhm.
you can say this is the revision kind of sessions. Okay. So you can
Yeah.
attend there. So you are working in automation already, or you're working in sorry, you're working in manual testing already.
No, I'm not working. I'm just housewife. Just
Okay.